Hello lovelies and welcome to a new Project Life video. So this is week 10 in my 2020 album. I'm getting there. On the 10th of this month, my subscribers exclusive went up, my first of two. And if you watched that video, you would have seen me show you how I get my Project Life pages ready. So how I sort my photos on my computer, how I decide which ones to print, how I go about printing them, and then getting them ready to put in my album. So that would have gone up on the 10th, and these are the photos that I did that for. So basically this is the video, the process video that follows on from that. So I just thought as a little exclusive, a subscriber exclusive, I would show you how I go about getting my pages ready to scrap and put in my album. So that's what I did on the 10th, and these are those photos. So this is me putting this page together. So this is week 10. I'm not up to week 10. I think I'm up to week 5. No, week 6. I did week 5. So yeah, I'm getting there. It's more than I actually scrapped last year. So I'm doing good. I'm determined to get caught up because I really do love using the kits for my Project Life. It makes it so much easier. I find that if I put it all out on the desk in my little box, I use everything. As you can see, all I use on these pages is the kits. And that's what I love most about using them for Project Life. Everything's there, everything's coordinating, and it just goes together really, really well for me. I'm so determined to use one of these rainbows. I've got a thing for rainbows at the moment. I love them. But I can't make them work. I tried with the one from last month's kit from the Amy Tan collection. Didn't end up using it yet. I say yet because I'm going to. And then I've got these two. I finally managed to get to use one. But man, I really want to put one on a title card. But it's just not working for me. I don't know why. If anyone manages to use these little rainbows, please let me, please show me how. I would love the inspiration. But basically I'm just using this one as a filler card. So over my two spreads, I'm focusing on the blues and the pinks. So I am using a lot of the printables. I love the printables, and there's so many printables this month. If you're a subscriber, you would have access to the exclusive printables. They're amazing. I have had so much fun with them this month, and I haven't even made any DIY embellishments yet. I usually save that for the end of the month when I'm finished with everything and want to use up the last bits and pieces. This month's printables are amazing. There's so many of them, and I think that's why I'm really going to get stuck into my Project Life because there's so many of these printables. There's a fair few Project Life cards as well. It's really got me in the mood to want to use them up on my Project Life pages. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So what I do is I print them out, I cut them up, and then I put them in a container. So I've got my little useful box, and I put them all in there. So when I'm going through, when I start a spread, basically, I usually start with my title card, and I go through my printables and I pull out ones that I think might work. And then usually what happens is I find something that would work for a different photo. And I end up with a little pile off to the side of ones that I think I can use, or sometimes I'll place them directly on the photo that I want to use them on. So I don't go photo to photo. I tend to jump all over the place, but it's my system. It works for me. And yeah, so sometimes I can, it looks a little haphazard, but there is method behind my madness. I see something that I think will be perfect for a photo, and I just put it on top of that photo, and then I end up, doing that. Anyway, so off on a bit of a tangent. It's getting late. So this is just a picture of Cooper doing hydrotherapy at the pool. This was back in summer. And as you can see, I like to embellish on those big empty spaces in my photos. I've said it in all my other Project Life videos. I really like to utilize that negative space. Like in this picture here, this is Will doing his first school performance. Will has a big phobia of being a social phobia, doesn't do well in social settings. And this was the first time he actually got up on stage and performed with his class. Now he's in year 2, and every year his class has done a performance. Every year he's avoided it. This was the first time he did it. So this awesome little Fearless was perfect for that. But not only that, that arrow actually points directly to Will because they were all standing in a line on the stage. and you couldn't really see them very well. So just by putting that there, even as a banner, it actually points to my monkey. So I really enjoyed that. But being able to use all that negative space, that's what I love most. I love embellishing my photos and my cards. I love to really make it noticeable. Like this picture here, I had all this grass on the bottom, so I used this big circle, trimmed off a bit of the bottom, and added some journaling. I really love to heavily embellish my photos and my cards. That's what I enjoy most about Project Life. It's not just putting the photos in the album, it's adding all the little bits and pieces. And I think the first ever Project Life album I did back in 2013, I think. I actually finished that album. It is still to this day the only album I have actually finished. But yeah, looking back on that, I don't think I embellished at all. I think I might have journaled on my photos in apps and things. But yeah, there's no embellishing on it. That's probably why I got it finished. But still, yeah, over the years, I have enjoyed this much more. I really enjoy adding things to my photos, adding titles and journaling and all that fun stuff. Wasn't this awesome in the printables this month? I have tiny words. I love tiny words. I can't wait to use these on some more stuff. So this was that picture that I mentioned in my exclusive video where I wanted to put it in a 4x6 slot, but I wanted to use a 3x4 photo because I wanted to journal the story behind this photo. So I had my big SLR, my digital SLR camera out at Will's first trial game, and I was snapping away in sports mode. I wish I had kept my finger on the button because this is the first photo of a sequence where Will sort of takes a tumble. He goes down, takes a tumble, cops a boot to the back of the head, and the goalkeeper comes out and kicks the ball directly to the front of his head. So this was his first near concussion. Sadly, no, not sadly, probably, no. It's not his first soccer injury. I've actually scrapbooked his first one where he copped a ball to the gut and it left a perfect imprint of the ball. But this was his first near concussion, and I just happened to capture it, as any good scrapbooker would do. It's in the album. But that is another example of when I like to utilize the extra space. So I wanted to put that photo in, but due to the fact that I only like to use Design A protectors, I didn't want to change the orientation of my photos, so I just printed it smaller in a 3x4. And then added it to a 4x6 card and made a journaling spot. So I really enjoy doing that. And then, like this picture up the top, I like to journal on my photos. So I have used some thickers and written a title, so game day, and then I've used a label to journal that it's, Will's first game for his new team. So I know that chances are that's not going to hold up over time. It's definitely probably not acid-free. But for me, it's the process, as well as, they'll last as long as they last. My boys do love looking at these, especially Cooper. And I do love being able to go through them, years later and having a look. And they might not hold up for the next 10, 20 years, but, while they do, they're definitely going to be loved. So, yeah, adding all these little bits and pieces is what I enjoy most about Project Life. It's my process. So as I mentioned in my last video, Project Life video, so last month, if I have a few photos from the same thing, so like the same event, I tend to keep them all in a vertical section on my layout. So as you can see, the top photo, the two 3x4s, and then the bottom 4x6, all on the left hand side, are all from that soccer. So that journaling card or that filler card relates to those photos as well. So that's what I tend to do. I tend to, if I have a space for a journaling card or a filler card, I will put it like I have here, so I can make it clear that I'm journaling about those photos, or that my filler card is about those photos. So this says, "You're my favorite star," and happy day. So, Will's back in a soccer kit playing again for the first time for the year, which sadly had to be postponed after all of this. We got a few trial games in, and then COVID happened, and season has only just gotten a date to restart for next month. So that all got put on hold, but at least we got to play a few games. And yeah, so he is my favorite soccer star. So I'm just filling in my last little filler card here. I didn't really do a lot of journaling on journaling cards because I tend to journal on my photos. So these little empty spaces became cute little filler cards that I got to play around with. And that bottom right hand corner is just a placeholder because the photo there actually had a few sentence enhancers in it and I didn't want to put that in the video. So that's what that's all about. It's just an empty space. So I filled that in later on my own. So thanks for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video and I'll be back real soon. Bye for now.